What's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. All right, man. Got to talk a little Dallas Cowboys. Got to talk about Dak Prescott. Okay, check this out, man. Jerry Jones is really beginning to piss me off with these games that he's playing with both Tony Romo and Dak Prescott. That old motherfucker need to make a decision. Either Tony Romo or Dak Prescott. To me, Dak Prescott is a rookie quarterback. He's fresh. I mean, he's showing that he's a winner. I mean, his numbers speak for themselves. And to me, Dak Prescott is, to me, he's the number one contender for the MVP. Look, like I said, as far as Tom Brady go, Tom Brady do this shit all the time. So, the Patriots are supposed to be good. Dak Prescott, to me, is the front runner for the MVP. I hope he makes history by becoming the first offensive rookie of the year and MVP. Hands down. I know Ezekiel Elliott is helping, but, man, Prescott is the man. Now, I already know Dak Prescott has a white mother, but don't try to play that biracial shit now, because y'all wasn't playing that shit with Andre Ward. You wasn't hollering about he was biracial until now, until when the dude tried to make an argument and shit. But look, Dak Prescott is a brother, whether he likes it or not, and I'm not even going to get into that. I'm talking about Dak Prescott, the football player, and the football player only. The dude can play. And all this shit about don't be surprised if you see both of these dudes on the roster next year. If I'm Dak Prescott, I know I'm only a rookie, but I would force Jerry Jones' hand. I would say it's either me or Tony Romo. Because at the same time, it's not fair to either one of those dudes. Tony Romo is 36, 37. He may have possibly 2 or 3 good years left, or solid years where he can play. Even though I don't think Tony Romo will ever win a Super Bowl, I always thought that he just wasn't the type of quarterback that could win, because he would always literally throw the Dallas Cowboys out of the game. He would make some bonehead play, either in a pivotal playoff game or a game that could possibly get them to the playoffs, and they wouldn't get to the playoffs, or when they got to the playoffs, he would just make a bonehead play to where they would lose a playoff game. Tony Romo is under 500 in playoff games. That's fact. I've never thought he was a Super Bowl caliber quarterback. He has solid regular season numbers. To me, I think he's a borderline Hall of Famer. I don't think he's a Hall of Famer, but that's why I feel like Jerry Jones don't owe him nothing. And the fans have spoken. They want Dak Prescott as their quarterback. He's a rookie. The Dallas Cowboys is 9-1. Nobody expected this young man to have them at the point to where they're not only a playoff contender, they're a Super Bowl contender. If Dak Prescott takes the Dallas Cowboys to the motherfucking Super Bowl, and let's just say they win it, there is no way you could bring Tony Romo back and have him on the roster. Because like I said, I don't think it's fair to either one of those guys to hold both of those guys hostage. You can't have another Kurt Warner, Trent Green situation. Now, if I'm not mistaken, after they won the Super Bowl, they kept Trent Green there one more year, and then they eventually traded him to Kansas City. They need to trade Tony Romo now. Following the end of Dallas season, whenever it ends, if it ends in the playoffs or whether it ends in the Super Bowl, with them winning or not, they need to get rid of Tony Romo. They either need to release him or they need to trade him. I know they re-signed Tony Romo a few years ago. They gave him like a solid contract. I don't remember what the numbers is, but they can restructure his contract so they can trade him. Let's just face the fact. Football contracts are like writing shit just on some toilet paper, because They don't mean shit. You can tear them up, you can void them out whenever you want to. They don't mean shit. They're not binding. They're not guaranteed. Because they just not. Don't know why, but they're not. So Jerry Jones is just starting to show what people been thinking about him for a while, that he has something against black quarterbacks. And for him not to be fully invested in Dak Prescott is beyond me. Because it's like this: Tony Romo had 8 years to get it done, and he proved he couldn't get it done. To me, he stayed 2 years past his welcome to me. Now it's just time to go to some fresh blood. See, can Dak Prescott get you there? Jerry Jones doesn't owe Tony Romo anything, but he is treating this situation like a good old boy thing. So at the end of the day, Jerry Jones needs to make a fucking decision that's fair to both quarterbacks. He shouldn't hold either one of them hostage. So let's see what he does. So hopefully he makes the right decision. He comes to his senses and he keeps Dak Prescott, and he either releases or he trades Tony Romo. Probably at this point right now, Dallas would probably get possibly, maybe, I guess you can say maybe possibly a third round draft pick for Tony Romo, possibly. He wouldn't definitely get a first or second, but he probably could get a third or fourth round draft pick for Tony Romo at this time. And I think that would be fair. Maybe they could find him a nickel package cornerback, or, you know, some of those, or another slot receiver. But we'll see what happens. I'm out.